Hey guys, this is Jonathan Henderson with Pressure Washing Marketing Pros. In today's video, I want to go ahead and talk to you guys about how you can get your first pressure washing customers, because we know one of the most daunting and challenging things to do in any business is going to be customer acquisition, especially getting those first couple of clients that can really go ahead and get that momentum for you going forward, right? It can be very hard to get that momentum in your business. And of course, we're an exterior cleaning business. You see all these YouTube gurus. I'm not including myself on that, guys, but you see all these YouTube gurus that talk about how I make $1,000 per week, doing, with my exterior cleaning business after 1 month. And so they're really embellishing how the business really is, right? And so don't feel hard on yourself. Don't feel bad if you're having a difficult time, acquiring your first customers. We all start there, even myself. We all first start at that place as business owners. So this video is here to assist you on some ways and some methods that you can go ahead and systematically get those first customers so that you're taking your business to new heights, right? So the first one's going to be family and friends. You need to go ahead in your back pocket and hit up any family and friends that you may have, and just go ahead and do your services for them for free. And why do I say for free? Well, not only do you gain experience, but also, and I will tell you this, and it's a reason that most guys don't consider, but when guys first invest in a website with us or SEO with us, they have no pictures, right? So when you first, are using your family and your friends, this is a very easy kind of job to go ahead and get. And sometimes I'd even do it for free as a favor, so that you can take good photos, so that you can go ahead and have that, because you can leverage those photos for other marketing materials that I'm going to talk about later in the video, right? And so that's the easiest thing that you can go ahead and do, is leverage your family and friends, and go ahead and do their house and get more experience, because that segues me into the second one, which is going to be door knocking. Because a lot of guys get very scared. And even for me, one of my first jobs that I ever had before I joined the military was going door to door, right? And so I know that can be very, very difficult to go ahead and do. And it can be, like I said, it can be very scary, right? Because you're wondering, are these people judging me? Are they, and also the sense of danger. Like, I'm at this person's door, what are they gonna do, right? And so I can understand how that is. But one easy way that you can go ahead and door knock and get more customers is that once you complete a job of your family or friend's home, because they're gonna let you do it, right? They're here to support you. If you have friends that aren't letting you, or supporting your business, then are they really your friends? But after you have that friend or that family member, you complete their job, guess what you can do? Go next door, go ahead and knock on that door and say, hey, my name is such and such. We just actually completed, and just whoever your neighbor or whoever your friends are called, right? In this example, I'll say Sarah and Mike, right? We just completed Sarah and Mike's property, as you guys can see right over there. We were just wondering if you guys would be interested in a free quote. We're giving first-time customers $50 off any exterior cleaning service that they want, right? And we're giving out free quotes as well. Would you be interested? And so now you're leveraging that social proof, because they know their neighbors, right? And so they know, okay, they just did their home, so yeah, why the heck not, Let me go ahead and get a free quote. And if you just do that, if you do that with like the neighbor or the people that are in front, or the neighbors in the front, the neighbors in the back, and the neighbors that are on the left and right, you might just get one customer from that. And then guess what ends up happening is, over time, you start getting more of those customers in that neighborhood as well. But that's an easy segue to go ahead and, acquire a total stranger. Is that once you complete the job of a family or friend, go ahead and go to their neighbor, say that you're offering a special for first-time customers, right? Go ahead and say that if they want a free quote, if they're interested in one. And guess what? You do that enough, you're going to go ahead and get those first 2 to 3. And especially if you do that in a particular neighborhood, guess what? Let's say that person bites. Then at that point, you just did 2 people in that neighborhood, and you can do the process over and over again. So once you complete that neighbor's house, you can go to their neighbor, right, and say, hey, we just completed, such and such over here, right? Would you be interested in a free quote? And all of a sudden, you just tackled the entire damn neighborhood. And so that's a good way to go ahead and do it, because that's a good segue into the next option, which is going to be business cards and flyers, right? So along with doing that, you can just order business cards, order flyers. Those are still effective, right? Those are still very effective in that sense. And so while you're going ahead and you're doing that door knocking, if that person does not, is not interested in a free quote, at least you have a business card or a flyer that you can give them for a later time. And you can also put that out in those neighborhoods as well. And that's gonna really get you those first customers too, because it's all predicated off your family and friends and going from there. But yeah, flyers, business cards, those are very good. Those are very good methods, right? Shout out to Patrick Clark, Goya, get off your ass, right? So that's going to be door knocking. That's going to be putting out those flyers, business cards. And one big mistake that I see guys do is that they're not concentrated in their approach, because it's easier to be concentrated than it is to be very spread thin. And what do I mean by that? Well, guys might go 5 miles here and put out cards, 5 miles there and put out cards, and they think that the more area that they cover, the better. Just tackle a particular neighborhood, right? Just tackle a particular neighborhood, or a zip code in that sense that you really want to go ahead and work in. Because the best places that I've seen, especially if you do it on the weekend, is schools, golf courses, and lakes, because those are areas that people are always those are frequently trafficked areas, right? And I don't mean sex trafficking, guys, I just mean foot traffic, right? gotta throw a little joke in there, guys. But they are high visibility areas. So if you go ahead and you put out flyers on golf courses, if you put out flyers and business cards at lakes, all of that, people that have free time, people that probably care about their homes are usually attending or at those kind of places, right? And so those are some areas where you can really put your marketing material at. Because the next one is going to be Facebook groups. And it goes back to my first point, is that in Facebook groups, you can post in Facebook groups your before and after photos. And so if you haven't got those first customers, if you leverage your family and friends, you're going to be able to post those before and after photos that you've gotten from your family and friends in those Facebook community groups, and ask if anybody, is interested in exterior cleaning services. Or whenever somebody does request those exterior cleaning services, the first thing that person is going to do, because if you're trying to get your first pressure washing customer, more often than not, you're not going to have a website. And if you do have a website, it's not going to be the best, which is fine. But what you can go ahead and do, that person is going to try to either look at a website, they're going to try to look at your work or your reviews. So the best thing to do, in order for them not to dig through and your background research and all of that, would just be to be able to provide those before and after photos or some of your work in those Facebook community groups, right? And go ahead and do that. The next one's going to be networking. So like BNI groups and all of these are very good areas that you can go ahead and leverage that as well, to go ahead and get your first customers. Because I know a lot of guys say, well, Jonathan, BNI groups are very expensive, like some of them are $800, but there's lower tier ones as well that you can go ahead and join and get established with, so that if you build a very good relationship with somebody that's there, they can start sending you out referrals. So you never know who you will meet by networking. And so that's one thing I've always learned about sales and marketing, is that what you do right now, is going to affect how your business looks 3 months from now, right? So if you're pushing hard and if you're charging hard at your marketing and you're really consistent with your sales, you may not get any results right then and there in that very moment. But 2 to 3 months down the line, who knows? Well, actually, I do know it's more consistent, but who knows? You'll go ahead and land some of those jobs that you got by networking a couple of months back. And so that's why it's very good to be in BNI groups, be in your local chamber of commerce, and do things like that to invest your time back into the community as well. And then obviously we know the digital marketing ones, which I'll first start with Facebook ads. You can also utilize Facebook ads. Those are a cheaper online advertising method that you can utilize, to where you can get like a $600 budget, which is going to be about $20 per day, right? Use a $20 per day budget in that sense to go ahead and get your first customers as well. Because now, guess what? You're gonna have those before and after photos too if you work with your family and friends, and you can go ahead and leverage those. Boost your Facebook posts, even though I don't recommend boosting Facebook posts, but if you're not hiring an expert, then you can boost your Facebook posts then, right? But you can also hire an expert if you do have the money to go ahead and do so, right? But a lot of guys that are first trying to acquire their first pressure washing customers, they're usually not in a position to go ahead and invest in Google ads, a good website, SEO, all of that. Because that's my next one, is that what you can go ahead to do to get the first your first pressure washing clients and customers, which I don't recommend doing this if you don't have the money. But of course, and I'm saying this, guys, with full transparency, because we run a marketing agency, but like, set up your GMB, right? That's one thing that you can do instantly that I think that all business owners should do when they're first trying to acquire the first pressure washing customer. Especially if you have family and friends that you've done free work with, you can have them leave you a good Google review on that GMB, right? On your Google business profile. You can have them go ahead and leave you a good review on that, so that you have some social proof to leverage online. But to try to acquire customers through Google Ads can be pretty expensive, right? Having a website and SEO takes time. And also a good website is gonna be up there in price, at least $1,000 or more, right? A good SEO optimized website, guys. I'm not talking about like one of those cheap websites, but a good SEO optimized website that's gonna get faster results than normal is gonna probably exceed $1,000 or more in price. And so, like I said, you can go ahead and invest into that to get your first pressure washing customers, but like I said, the best methods that I think that are out there are friends and family, door knocking, business cards, and just print marketing in general. Facebook community groups, posting in those, Facebook ads, Google ads, and things as such. Those are methods that you use once you acquire those first pressure washing customers. But hopefully, guys, this sheds some light on what you guys can go ahead and do to acquire your first pressure washing customers. If you have any questions, concerns, thoughts, or comments, please leave them below. Like I said, if you want a free strategy session and see how we can go ahead and help you out with your marketing, hit the free strategy session URL below, and you can talk with myself or somebody on my team who can definitely help you out and assess your online presence, see what your competitors are doing and what you need to do in order to get more organic visibility or online visibility, right? But with that being said, thank you for watching the video, guys. I'll see you in the next one.